tip. Enormous game in the Mountain West with just 2 regular season games left for both Boise State and San Diego State. Lineups significant for San Diego State. Lagoon Guath is starting and LZ Harrington back in the starting lineup. That allows BJ Davis to come off the bench. And for Boise State, Javen Buchanan's been their best scorer of late, averaging close to 18 a game his last 3.
He has been really good. He's an inside-outside threat, can step out, shoot it, attack you off the dribble, but also finish on the low blocks.
Last time they met, triple overtime in San Diego in early January. And both teams had chances to win it. Both teams had chances to lose it. San Diego State won it 110-107. And away we go. Guath wins the tip. Harrington runs the points. And it's round 2 between San Diego State and Boise State. Miles Bird had a nice game in the loss last time out at New Mexico for San Diego State. They've dropped 3 of their last 4. Boise State's won 3 straight. And a turnover.
Well, that first triple overtime game, 110-107. When these 2 teams get together, it is usually a rock fight. First to 70 most times wins.
First touch for the Broncos, who average 78 points a game. Aztecs average 79 points per game. But both pride themselves on rugged defense. Andrews misses the 3. Meadow the rebound. Buchanan wants the ball, and that's why.
Well, Guath's been limited with injuries this year, a knee as well as a hip. Little slow on that closeout. Buchanan, a terrific job, straight line dribble attack.
Big night in Boise. Big night in the Mountain West. San Diego State and Boise State. Rich Waltz, along with Gonzaga All-American Dan Dickow, just underway. Broncos have a bucket from Javen Buchanan and have the possession right now. Bird going for a steal for San Diego State. Buchanan with the ball. He's been their best scorer so the last 3 games for Boise State, averaging 18 a game. Launches a 3, takes a 3.
First possession, Buchanan attacks off of a slow closeout. This time, with the shot clock winding down, just from beyond the arc, knocks it down.
These 2 teams met in early January in an epic 3 overtime game. Both teams had a chance to win it. Both teams had a chance to lose it. 110-107, San Diego State survived. Miles Heide hit 2 big shots at the end of that 3rd overtime to seal that win. Shot clock is down. Bird gonna have to heave it. And it's knocked out of bounds. And it'll be a Boise State ball.
Another look at Javen Buchanan. San Diego State will switch most pick and rolls. That time, Heide took a step back instead of getting up to the point of the screen. Buchanan recognizes it, knocks it down.
Broncos have won 3 straight. They're just looking for momentum. They're going to have to win the Mountain West Conference tournament to get to the NCAA tournament. From a long 3 to a long air ball for Buchanan. The Aztecs are squarely on the bubble right now. Part of the first 4 outs in CBS bracketology. Andrews misses a 3. Broncos are one of the better rebounding teams in this conference. Buchanan driving. Let's see if either team can get out and break. Nice look. Heide with the finish from Harrington.
What a pass there from LZ Harrington. A nice job of being patient as he pushes it in transition, allowing Heide to get to the paint. He's a guy you don't want to throw it too early in transition.
Andrew Meadow had a big game down in San Diego, 25 points. And Meadow played 51 minutes of that game, the most of any of the 2 teams. Late clock here. Meadow senses that, gets to the lane, lost it. Keene, a rare shot, takes it.
A rare shot is right. He's a glue guy, defender, rebounder. 17th 3 on the season. He only shoots when it's necessary.
It was necessary. There was one on the shot clock. And an early lead here. Reese Dixon Waters falling away. And that's sweet. That's not an easy shot. Racing along on the baseline there.
He does such a good job coming off those double baseline stagger screens. Squares his feet and shoulders, lets it fly.
Andrews, the UCLA transfer. Corner, Meadow. Got it!
Meadow needed that one in the worst way. Has struggled a little bit as of late. Missed a pair of free throws here at home about a month ago, which eventually led to a loss against Nevada in overtime. Has struggled since, but he's starting to come back to form.
3 of 6 from distance early for Boise State. This is Guath, injury-filled year, and he misses that 3. He missed 4 threes. It was 0 for 4 from distance in the loss at New Mexico on Saturday in a game that could have gone either way down the stretch. And that's a turnover. And this is a timeout. Leon Rice and the Broncos off to a quick start, 11-5. You're watching March to March, presented by Principal. Last week in the Mountain West, and Boise State an 11-5 start against San Diego State. Hi everybody, I'm Rich Waltz along with Gonzaga All-American Dan Dickow. We're fortunate to have Jordan Giorgio with us as well. This is a high-stakes game, and it feels like the stakes are higher for San Diego State.
They're very high. They were the preseason pick to win the league. Utah State has the advantage right now. San Diego State wants a chance for a tie or an outright championship. They have to win tonight.
Yeah, they got 2 games left, including this one. San Diego State could finish anywhere from 1 to 4. And for Boise State, this is all about momentum. They've won 3 straight. At 59 in the net, they're not going to get an at-large bid. So they got to get momentum. They got to win the tournament in Las Vegas. The resume to get into the NCAA tournament, according to CBS Sports Bracketology right now, first 4 out for San Diego State. However, we talked about Boise State, 59 in the net. That's important because it makes this a quad 1 opportunity for the Aztecs.
And if you're a Boise State fan, don't forget a season ago, Colorado State ran off 4 wins in the Mountain West tournament to get to the NCAAs. And the year before that, New Mexico did the same.
Colorado State's won 5 in a row right now. Meadow goes barging in, and that's a charge.
Newman, a terrific job getting back in defensive transition. He squared him up. Meadow drops the shoulder right into the chest. Good call from the official. When you're pushing in transition and the defense is backpedaling, you've got to have a little bit of wiggle in your dribble to get by.
More dip than wiggle, apparently, in that one.
Shoulder dipped right into the midsection of Sean Newman Jr.
Sean Newman's played well lately. B.J. Davis off the bench. Difficult shot. And the Broncos away with the rebound. One of the best rebounding teams in this Mountain West Conference. That's a corner 3 there by Spencer Aarons, and he missed it.
Boise State's not a great 3-point shooting team, but they on occasion have had the game plan. We're going to shoot 30 to 43s, especially against San Diego State.
San Diego State's strength is their bench, and they're all in right now. And a rebounding foul on Boise State. Brian Dutcher in his 9th season, highest win percentage in Mountain West Conference history and in San Diego State history. That's pretty darn good.
When he took over for Steve Fisher, there has been no lapse. They've actually accelerated and been to the Final Four.
Leon Rice, 16th season. Last year they should have been in the NCAA tournament. North Carolina snuck in right under the wire. The Broncos 18 and 11. Ten on the shot clock here. Davis had a marvelous game in that triple overtime game, especially at the end of the first overtime. That was a turnover. Farrell Compton trying to look for a back cutter who was non-existent.
Just trying to do too much. When he stays to his strengths, He is one of the best bigs in this conference, even though he gets limited minutes. Shoots nearly 75% from the field.
Drew Fielder in. Fielder handing the ball off there, along with Pearson Carmichael. Aginaldo Nato. And Nato, a three. Got it.
A big shot right there for Nato. Over the last 7 games, he's really struggled. 3 of 16 from the field, but in the first matchup, he played extremely well. 13 points, a career high.
Compton, and he missed it. And that's a rebounding foul on Boise State. It looks like Aaron's. A 6-0 run for Boise State, fueled by threes. They're 4 of 8 now from distance.
Aaron's a little bit out of position on that block out, partially due to the fact that not expecting Compton to shoot a 3. Good call from that outside official. That's only Compton's 2nd 3-point attempt on the season.
And he's out of the game now.
Well, you take that kind of 3 in this type of environment and the importance of this game, you're going to have a quick trigger.
Lagoon Guath is in. Newman to retrieve the ball. DeGorville still in. He's proven to be a pretty physical scorer at times. Keen with the rebound.
The other thing about DeGorville, though, is at that wing position, leads them in assists per game.
Carmichael, gorgeous ball movement.
Carmichael does there what he does best. Run the floor, get space deep in the corner. A terrific 3-point shooter who's struggled at times this year with consistency.
Aztecs struggling to score right now. They've gone over 3.5 minutes without a point. 8 minutes in, first half. Fielder can shoot the 3. Nato. And another bad pass and another turnover. Broncos from distance, Dan Dickow.
They've gotten hot. Get out in transition, get spaced, hands and feet ready. Boise State on a 9-0 run to take a commanding lead early.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Principal. Let's build a retirement and benefits plan that works for your team. By Subaru. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru. And by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
17-5 start for Boise State. Let's join Jordan Giorgio. Jordan?
Hey, Rich, these are 2 teams with 2 very different marches on the line for Boise State tonight. They want to get a win on senior night, get their 4th win in a row, and gain some momentum heading into Vegas. As far as San Diego State, a road victory tonight is a quad 1 win for a team that's firmly on the bubble. I spoke with head coach Brian Dutcher earlier. He said there's certainly a weight to this final stretch, but this group is trusting their fundamentals. Expect nothing to come easy tonight, just like the last time these 2 met, Rich.
Well, speaking of nothing come easy, rebounding isn't coming easy right now for San Diego State. They're getting dominated on the board, 11-2. Thank you, Jordan.
Boise leads the conference in rebound margin, but traditionally San Diego State has been right there towards the top as well. They have got to do a better job taking care of that category.
BJ Davis penetrates, and he throws it away. There have been some questionable passing so far in this one. The 3-point shooting and the rebounding standing out for Boise State.
Well, 2 opportunities now on back cuts for San Diego State. They threw it behind, leading to a turnover out of bounds.
We haven't seen a lot of Miles Bird since he went out. He's still on the bench right now for a good portion of this, the start of this game. 3 from Keene, who hit a 3 from the corner. He's not in foul trouble. Davis cut off. San Diego State 2 of 11 from the field right now. And 1 of 4 from distance. DeGorville gets in, and he misses. And the rebounding advantage still wildly favors Boise State, 12-3. Fielder got a size advantage against Newman. Spins, Gets up, under, and in.
No double came. You would expect that to be the case with Newman. Single coverage on Fielder. Simmons started to come over, and then he left, allowing Fielder the opportunity right at the front of the rim.
San Diego State will switch defensively at times. This drought is almost 5.5 minutes, Dan Dicka. And Guath misses. Keene saves.
San Diego State is a team that over the years has struggled offensively. The cornerstone of their program is defense, but they have not been able to uncover opportunities tonight as Fielder hits another three for Boise State.
6 of them. 6 of their 8 buckets are threes. Look at the drought for San Diego State. And look at the lead for the Broncos. Simmons stripped from behind to Gorville, runs it down. Boy, San Diego State has run into a buzzsaw and are struggling right now.
Leads you to the comment you made about Bird. He's one of the only guys, he and Davis there, that can really break you down, get all the way to the front of the rim. The other perimeters are more catch and shoot or mid-range opportunistic wings.
Peanut, or Carmichael, Pearson Carmichael, known as Peanut. He can get hot from distance. That's one thing that San Diego State doesn't have, is a prolific scorer, because there's a foul inside, and then free throws coming.
San Diego State is very balanced. 3 players averaging double figures. They're 3rd in the country in points off the bench. Brian Dutcher has told us on a number of occasions this year, he essentially has 9 guys he's comfortable starting. Many times they'll go 10 or 11 deep.
And it felt like, as Simmons was fouled, it felt like, Dan, there's like 12 guys right now at the table.
Both teams, it's crazy. Have a hockey change about to happen.
Look at that in the right of your screen. And the free throw is up and good. Tomorrow, 2 Eastern, CBS Sports HQ. We'll get you up to date. All the top stories, highlights, in-depth analysis right here on CBS Sports Network. Now, go ahead and kick me in the shin if I'm wrong on this one. It feels like, as Leon Rice is pretty happy about his three-point shooting, Brian Dutcher pulled his starters and brought his entire bench in, and his bench is really good. But his bench wasn't any better than the starters. He's really, it feels like, searching for the right combination here.
You're exactly right. They had a great shoot-around with good energy, good pace earlier today. But sometimes when you go on the road and you understand the stakes that you're playing for, Mountain West potential championship, it can be a little overbearing. They've got to find a way to settle down, get some stops, get into good offensive possessions.
For mid-major teams, quad one opportunities are precious. And this is one of them for San Diego State. But they've fallen in a giant hole to start this game. And thankfully, Dan did not take me up on the kick in the shins.
Thought about it.
Harlan is a foul inside.
We've worked together long enough, Rich. I would never kick you in the shins.
That's all right. I would deserve it. It's a foul on Miles Heide. Leon Rice, it's been a really roller coaster year for the Broncos. They've played 4 overtime games and lost 3 of them, including that triple overtime game down in San Diego against the Aztecs, which is still one of the best college games that you and I have seen in a long time.
And after that game, there was kind of a cloud that hung over this program. They ended up losing 3 more after that. They've righted the ship, and coming into tonight, 3 wins in a row, playing their best basketball of the season. And Leon Rice feels good about going into Vegas with how guys are understanding, accepting the roles, and really up to the challenge.
Andrews probing. Carmichael. Now the starters are back in for the most part for San Diego State. Jeremiah Oden has joined 4 of them. Bird cut off by Nato. This is Heide.
Oden started a majority of the year, missed the last couple games with an injury, but expect him to play big minutes tonight.
Reese Dixon Waters is one of those guys that Brian Dutcher needs to score. Dutch told us today, for the Aztecs to win games, they need 2 guys to score. They don't have that Matt Bradley or the Jaden Ledee type 20, 25-point score.
You're exactly right. Years past, they've relied on one guy to get them about 20 a game. When push came to shove down in crunch time, they knew where they were going to go. This Aztec team doesn't necessarily have that. They attack you by committee on the offensive end.
Parolin falling away.
That Aztec defense really starting to tighten up these last few possessions.
They're back within 10. Odin can shoot the three. Bird will shoot the three and hit it. He hit some enormous shots down the stretch to keep the game close at New Mexico. Lobos would win that game on Saturday. But the drought is over. Aztecs have some life. Down 7 here in Boise. You're watching March to March, presented by Principal. Aztecs a 10-0 run within 7 moments ago. Leon Rice of Boise State with our Jordan Giorgio.
Coach, quite the early lead. When the 3-ball is falling like that, how does that open up things for the rest of the offense?
Yeah, we're moving the ball pretty good, moving the bodies pretty good. We got a little stagnant at the end, and we settled a few times. And we let them get in the paint a few times and got out in transition. So they can score in a hurry. We got to do a better job with our shot selection down there.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jordan. Sellout senior night. And of course, San Diego State, wherever they go, seems to get a big crowd and the best shot from opponents. Three-point shooting, it's awful to start with for San Diego State. Really good for Boise State. The Broncos, as you saw, 6 of 13. Dylan Andrews back in with R.J. Keene, Javen Buchanan.
Just because the first few go, you can't just rely on threes. You still got to get dribble penetration, post-up opportunities.
Aztecs led by Reese Dixon Waters. He's hit 2 threes. He's trying to free himself up, coming baseline. Heidi walked.
Well, San Diego State threw a couple turnovers out of bounds, trying to find back cut guys. This time they get Heidi on a slip, but if you're Miles Bird up top and you're the decision maker, you have to understand, even if you deliver that pass, there's no space, there's no area for Heidi to finish and complete the play. That's where at times I think San Diego State is at a disadvantage, as is some of the point guards they've had in the past. Malachi Flynn, Lamont Butler.
Loose ball, Dixon Waters, and a dunk, a 12-0 run now for San Diego State. It was like a 5.5-minute drought for the Aztecs. And now it's Boise State who's run dry. Almost 4 minutes for them. Keene, the ultimate glue guy. Bun, boom, another turnover, and a missed dunk by Miles Bird.
Misses the dunk and then compounds the mistake with a foul. It's something, if you've watched the Mountain West closely, he can be an emotional player at times, for good or for bad. Not quite enough.
So it's still a 5-point game.
Bird looks as if he's limping a little bit after that missed dunk.
Andrews has had a better conference than non-conference season. A lot of that's getting used to the offense here at Boise from UCLA.
Refound his confidence as a sophomore, averaged nearly 13. He's been really good in Mountain West play, as you mentioned.
Meadow, late clock, and a 12-footer.
The patience there for Meadow. Understand the shot clock's going down. Good spacing up top and on the weak side. Help side's not coming.
Bird is really limping, Danny.
Be interesting to see if B.J. Davis at the scorer's table will be coming in for him.
And the tip. 4 straight for Boise State. Turned off the handoff. Finds Heidi for the dunk. Nice look.
Buchanan got blasted by a great screen up top from Miles Heidi, holding that right shoulder. Tries to fight over the top of the dribble handoff. That does not look like it felt good.
For the Aztecs, number 10, B.J. Davis, number 4, Sean
Buchanan has been
Jr.
such a terrific player this year, and especially of late. 26 at Fresno State, 17 at Wyoming, and he had his best game at San Diego State. He had 29.
Well, San Diego State in that first matchup jumped out to a 21-point first half lead. Buchanan was tremendous in the second half to get them to have an opportunity to win in regulation. NAIA All-American before transferring here a season ago. You saw flashes last year, but he's put it all together this year.
Speaking of leads, Boise State built a 17-point lead early in this game. They've had some just wild swings of leads in a lot of their games this year. Fielder.
Did he call bank there, Rich?
No.
Straight away, 24-footer, shot at about 28 feet.
Somebody text Pete Gillen.
I guess.
Newman to Heidi. Heidi much improved this year. More playing time. Oden.
Not good spacing on the offensive end of the floor there. Heidi's posting up on that low block. Sean Newman Jr. trying to penetrate basically into the same area. Oden has to shoot that mid-range with the clock winding down.
16-6 rebounding advantage right now for Boise State. Buchanan testing out the shoulder. B.J. Davis trying to get going. He's a better scorer when he comes off the bench, averaging 11 a game. And now that Harrington's back, that's where B.J.'s coming off the bench, trying to replicate what he started.
And not only that, in wins, B.J. Davis is really good. 11 points per game. In losses, under 30% from the three-point line, not quite 9 points a game.
Fielder this time off the back iron. Keene, who seems to show up at the right moment pretty often, got 5 rebounds. Fielder's doubled in there. And an Aztec foul. Drew Fielder at 16 at San Diego State. This is not how you used to do it, Dan Dickow, but it works.
Bank's open.
Back in January, first overtime, B.J. Davis had just hit a 3 to cut it down to 3, and then he picks off the pass in the final seconds, first overtime. No foul by Boise State, and that's costly. That's the 3. That sent it to the second overtime. And for that, he becomes our Reese's player profile. See how that works? B.J. Davis out of Modesto, California. We talked about him coming off the bench. He had 9 points in that first overtime, 22, as you see at the bottom there, in that game.
He's a terrific example of player development. Only averaged a point a game as a freshman.
Let's check in with Jordan Giorgio. Jordan?
Hey, Rich. Yeah, well, we were distracted by Broncos Jeevan Buchanan and that shoulder. I actually caught San Diego State's Miles Bird slipping away quietly to the locker room, holding on to that right knee. He is back, as you see here, on the bench, but something to keep an eye on, Rich.
All right, thank you, Jordan. Drew Fielder, the transfer from Georgetown. A circuitous route to get back to his hometown of Boise. And he's had a nice year this year. 41% from distance. He's had an odd last couple weeks. He had big games, 18 against Wyoming, 20 against San Jose State, and a bagel at Fresno State. He didn't score in that game, but he looks pretty good tonight.
Well, he's a unique big in this league because he can score on the low block, he can shoot behind the arc, and he's really good in pick and roll situations where he catches it on that short roll. He can score or facilitate to others.
The youngsters are in off the San Diego State bench, including Tay Simmons, who gets that bucket up and in. He's a freshman, and the sophomores, Farrell Compton, Taj DeGorville, in as well. Fielder. Good defense, good closeout by Compton. Mismatch down low again with Davis, who has to reach in and foul him. They've been able to isolate Fielder off a switch against a smaller player.
They've been able to get him the ball on that low block a number of times. San Diego State a lot of times will switch 1 through 5 in pick and rolls, allowing that to happen.
Brent Stover, Ice Young, Emeka Okafor, Gary Parrish, AT&T at the half. That's coming up. This has been a quick first half. AT&T at the half. Bird's back in. That's great news for San Diego State. 10-point game. Andrews drives. Turned away at the rim, but going to the line.
It's been a pretty clean game. Only 9 combined fouls here in the first half. These are 2 of the most physical defenses in the Mountain West.
Dylan Andrews to the line with 2.
Andrews played 47 minutes of that triple overtime game. And remember, he had that jump shot as he raced up the court that could have won it at the end of regulation. And then on we went into overtime. That ball went halfway down and then rimmed out. $1:35 left first half.
This arena got really quiet there for that second free throw attempt.
It's full. It's a sellout.
That's one thing about the Mountain West. There are some great arenas. San Diego State, Colorado State, Utah State, the Pit. Those 4 come to mind quickly. This is a great arena. It doesn't quite have the home court advantage, though, that some of those others I mentioned have.
Why is that?
Well, I don't think the student section here in Boise State, as DeGorville knocks down that jumper, I don't think there's as much student involvement coming to games as you see at a lot of the other schools in this league.
Especially San Diego State, especially Utah State, and New Mexico has a really good group as well. Steal, it's DeGorville for Compton. Oh!
That's where Compton is at his best. Get down the floor in transition with your speed as a big, catch and finish.
These last 2 minutes, a nice push by the Aztecs. Fielder is stuck. There's the switch. A mismatch again down low. Aarons missed the 3. Compton a big rebound. And a foul on Newman, the smallest man on the court.
And that's where the constant switching sometimes can be a disadvantage for you. Newman gets switched onto Fielder. You're doing everything you can to block out. A little bit of extracurriculars leads to the foul.
And that's going to put Fielder at the line.
This is something to keep an eye on, though. Boise State has not gotten into the bonus yet, so they have 2 fouls to give here in the last 16 seconds if they want to really slow this Aztec attack on the last possession.
So that is the 7th team foul on the Aztecs. And a use it or lose it timeout for Brian Dutcher. 7-point game, 16 seconds left in the first half in Boise. Some wild swings in this first half. Big start by Boise State. 12-0 run to build a 17-point lead. And then San Diego State came roaring back and got within 4. Brian Dutcher right now trying to diagram something, whether it's a make or a miss on these free throws. Front end of 1 and 1 for Drew Fielder, who's a very good free throw shooter at 78%. Drops that one in. Fielder has been the best Bronco scoring-wise. He's got 11. He's hit a couple threes, and he's got 4 rebounds. Bun Blom out to the scorer's table. Fielder hits them both. He'll come out. Boom will come back in. And so now let's see where the Aztecs go for a final shot here.
Well, I would expect them to use maybe one of these fouls to give, being the reason Fielder's taken out, so you don't pick up another one on him.
Maybe that's why Boom is in as a designated fouler. This is B.J. Davis. He's really good in late clock situations. Down the lane he goes, gets the contact, gets the bucket. Boise State has to get it out. Nato, length of the floor, and he missed it. Aztecs get a bucket near the buzzer. Boise's big lead of 17 is sitting at 7 as we head to halftime. After the break, we'll head back to our New York studio and join Brent Stover and the gang, AT&T at the half. You're watching college basketball at CBS Sports Network. March to March, presented by Principal. You're watching March to March, presented by Principal. Senior night. Always fun. Bring the whole family. And then a great game to watch. Rich Waltz, Gonzaga All-American Dan Dickow, Jordan Giorgio is with us as well. This is a game of runs in the first half. 14-point run for Boise State to start things. 12-0 run for San Diego State to get back in the game.
Yeah, it's quite frankly, it's interesting and amazing that San Diego State is within striking distance because 0 offensive rebounds. Boise's dominated that area, and Boise's hit 7 threes as well. But where the Broncos have struggled, 8 turnovers.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the highlights. Our experts at work, brought to you by Principal.
Javen Buchanan got things going in a hurry. A deep 3 to start it off, and then a surprise 3 from the corner from R.J. Keene. Andrew Meadow kept things going, but the ball movement created opportunities for Boise State. When they moved it well, they made the Aztec defense pay.
Numbers, 3-point shooting, Boise State was scorching hot to start. The rebounding is a concern for San Diego State. Reese Dixon Waters, 8 early points. Drew Fielder was terrific with a dozen. We check in with Jordan Giorgio. Jordan?
Hey guys, yeah, San Diego State's Brian Dutcher headed into the locker room stone cold, told me that they need to start rebounding as Boise State shooting has cooled off. He also said he needs more from his 5s. I also got an update on their leader, Miles Bird. Said he jammed that same right knee that's been bothering him on that missed dunk, but he is good to go.
Yeah, he's out there right now. Thank you, Jordan. First touch, Boise State. Meadow, Buchanan, Parolin, Keene.
Jordan mentioned Coach Dutcher not happy with the rebounding. They came out of the locker room and did rebounding drills before the second half started.
And Andrews completes the Bronco 5. Andrews hits the jumper, and it's a 9-point lead. Now to start this second half.
First bucket of the night. Andrews been really quiet. He had a spectacular game at New Mexico a couple weeks back. Career high 33.
Woo! Birds! And Guath down the baseline. It's a nice touch pass by Miles Bird. Full court pressure now.
Great delivery on that pass. Throw it where only Magoon Guath and his long arms can get it.
Again, what's at stake here? The Aztecs, part of the first 4 out in CBS Sports bracketology for the NCAA tournament. Keene driving. Boise State's not going to be in at large, but if Buchanan keeps shooting like that, they got a shot to get to Vegas and win the Mountain West tournament. That's the only chance for for the Broncos to get into the NCAAs.
Well, they were preseason picked to be second or third, depending on coaches poll or media poll. So they're a talented squad. They just have struggled with consistency at times.
It's been an injury-filled year for Bogoon-Quoth. Of course, he had that knee surgery in the spring after trying to play through that injury end of last year. Bird has come out of the game. You can see him limping towards the bench and into the corner there. That knee that Jordan reported on seems to be bothering him. And Quoth, he's so talented and he's just so young, just a sophomore.
Just scratching the surface of the potential that he has. Defensively, he really impacts the game, almost 2 blocks a game on the season. But that's where he can really continue to improve. Use his length on the low block, get to opportunities, and score over the top.
Harrington spinning, Heidi following, and he missed the layup. Buchanan had 29 in the first meeting. And Reese Dixon Waters fouling with it looked like his jaw as Meadow came crashing through.
Well, Andrew Meadow is about as physical a wing as you're going to find in the Mountain West. Was called for a charge in the first half. He doesn't know how to change directions and angles as well. He goes right through the chest of the defender more times than not.
Meadows first is good. Make sure you tune in to the 2026 Reese's College All-Star Game on April 3rd, live at 3:30 Eastern, right here on CBS Sports Network. Meadow. Quoth lost the rebound. Boise State keeps the possession, down 9. There's Miles Bird on the bench. He's so critical to the Aztecs. His scoring, his rebounding. He's their block shot leader. He's their steal leader. He kind of embodies what San Diego State's defense has always been about.
He's such a versatile defender. He's got tremendous instincts, in particular in the passing lanes. But for a perimeter, he's a great shot blocker as well.
Meadow pops a 3. And just like that, the lead is stretched to 12. 9 threes already for Boise State. And losing that rebound really hurts now. Harrington missed a 3 himself. He does not shoot a lot of threes, though he has a great percentage. 46%, he's made 16.
Well, for a freshman, he's got a really high IQ. He's very selective in the ones he takes.
How about Meadow? How about this run? $15-point lead. They had a 17-point lead in the first half, and the Aztecs are losing their composure in front of a sellout in Boise. Buchanan thought about the 3. Over Quoth.
That little bit of extra spin he put on it allowed it to hang around the rim, eventually fall in. But one thing, though, you've seen Boise State get to the paint here a number of times in the second half. They are playing off of 2 feet. It's something that they worked on at shoot-around today. Leon Rice made a point to talk to me about it, that they've gotten better in that aspect. When they get to the paint, play off of 2 feet, shot opportunities there, go finish it. If not, you're not going to get called for a travel as you spray it out to shooters.
Quoth is out. Compton's in. And he has the rebound. To Gorville, Compton, Newman, Simmons, and Davis for San Diego State. And they need to stop this run. They get back to scoring if they want to stay in this game. Davis. comes Buchanan. Keene, a terrific assist man. Buchanan full speed ahead, and free throws for him. A game of runs, certainly in the first half, and a big one here by Boise State to start the second.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Belfour Property Restoration, your trusted partner in recovery, resilience, and expert restoration solutions. And by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Full house, senior night, an opportunity to take down San Diego State, and Boise State is up 17. We check in with Jordan Giorgio.
Yeah, Rich, we said to keep an eye on Aztecs' Miles Bird, and right now that right knee has a stim machine, sending pulses to stimulate the muscles and block pain signals in that right knee. You see him wearing it now. I'm told his status remains good to go. It is just procedure.
All right, thank you, Jordan.
Javen Buchanan to the line for the Broncos.
Buchanan.
2 shots.
Boise State now 49-31. This is the biggest lead of the game. And they have outscored San Diego State to start this second half, 16-4.
Have yet to miss from the field. Perfect 5 of 5, 3 of those from beyond the three-point line.
San Diego State still does not have an offensive rebound. Newman gets in tight. Shot was partially blocked. Meadow has the loose ball. Andrews. Somehow it got through to Fielder and back to Andrews. Broncos 10 of 20 from distance. Andrews bumped as he goes to the bucket. Free throws coming. What's the most disturbing number for you when you look at that stat sheet if you're San Diego State?
0 offensive rebounds. That is a category where when you look at their roster, you would expect Guath to have at least one. Farrell Compton, Taj DeGorville probably each to have one. Miles Heide, they have not been able to get second chance opportunities, but credit Boise State. They have been flying around on the defensive end of the floor, not giving the Aztecs any opportunities.
Yeah, opportunity was the headline coming into this game for San Diego State. Again, for mid-majors teams, getting a quad one opportunity is a precious thing. Now, this is a tough place to win, and Boise State, over the last 3 games, looks like they're starting to put it together, and they're up 20 right now. Davis drives, gets some space. Left hand, and a foul. Looks like Keene will be charged.
Really great initial defense there from Keene. Slide his feet, wall up. But the creativeness from Davis with the footwork in the pivots, the step-throughs to create that foul.
Leon Rice not in agreement with your analysis or the call.
Leon, that was a foul. And I can say that. He was an assistant coach.
Yeah, you played for
at Gonzaga when I was a player there. It's been awesome to see his growth as a head coach here at Boise, all-time winningest coach in Bronco history.
Here's why this was such a big opportunity for San Diego State. When you look at their resume right now, they are in the, as CBS Sports Bracketology does every day, the first 4 out.
And they're always in a tough spot because they're such a good mid-major team. It's hard for them to truly schedule as many great non-conference games as you would like. Now, they went to the Players era. Unfortunately, they went 1-2 as we see the Aztecs pick up full court for the first time tonight. But they didn't take advantage of some of the opportunities that they had in the non-conference to really bolster their net ranking.
They did not have a healthy Guath in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Foul called on San Diego State, number 10, B.J. Davis.
But they haven't, you know, they haven't taken advantage of some of the opportunities they've had lately. As Miles Bird does come back in. I mean, they've lost 3 of their last 4, have the Aztecs. Grand Canyon at home by 10, at Colorado State by 9, and at New Mexico this weekend by 5. In the middle of that, though, they did have a really nice win at home against Utah State. Buchanan. This is Andrews. And Buchanan, oh, it's Keene.
That's what he does.
Right place, right time. The ball's going to stay with San Diego State. So 53-33. Reese Dixon Waters is in. Brian Dutcher's looking for a spark, a scoring spark. Bird is in. Dixon Waters is in. This is a relatively small lineup out there. Bird, little step through, nifty, and that's on a sore knee. It's a terrific shot.
You can see him getting back on defense, grimacing with some pain. But made buckets allow the Aztecs pick up full court press. One of the things they do best.
Newman, that's a 10-second violation. Andrews didn't get it across.
Well, Andrews nonchalant bringing that ball up the court against the pressure of Sean Newman Jr. One little deflection, and then Andrews can't get it across the timeline before the 10-second violation.
For DA.
Let's see if San Diego State has a run in them. They were down 17 in the first half. They had a 12-0 run that brought them back in the game. DeGorville slips, somehow gets the pass to Simmons, who misses from in close. Drew Fielder came off the bench for Boise State in this one. Had a really good first half. Clears the way, gets fouled, and scores.
That's the number of times now Fielder has been very patient on that low block, waiting to see if a full double comes. It doesn't. Get to the middle of the paint, little up fake with your eyes and your shoulders, gain some contact, play through that contact, get it up on the rim. It eventually drops, and he'll be at the line for 1.
You made the point in the first half of what a tough cover he is. We've seen him operate in the low blocks. And he's 41% from 3 on the season. He's hit a couple threes tonight.
Well, he's interesting. You mentioned in the first half, he's from Boise. He would have liked to have come straight out of high school, but they had a guy by the name of Tyson Degenhardt, all-time leading scorer here at Boise State.
He's pretty good at Degenhardt. San Diego State with a lane violation. Fielder missed the first free throw. He'll get another first free throw. And so no three-point play. He missed 2. Still 20-point deficit. Bird's not at 100%. Nursing a sore knee. Newman gets in and he scores.
Heck of a finish there from Newman. Not much of a score. A year ago at Louisiana Tech, 3rd in the country in assists per game.
Ball's kicked. It's out of bounds. Which way's it going? That's an Aztec ball.
Leon Rice picked it up on the other end of the floor. He wants to put that ball away.
I think he's stalling so that they can look at the tablet to see where this ball went off last, and he's going to challenge. So he had a he had a vested interest in picking the ball up and holding it and being very deliberate while his assistant coaches looked at the tablet. You have as long as until the officials put it back in play, till you can challenge. So
that's a first for me this year. I haven't seen a coach pick it up and hold it for a second or two. I have seen a coach throw a couple subs to the scorer's table, but creative and crafty from Boise State's Leon Rice. We got a good one in Boise.
San Diego State finishes their season on Friday night. We've got that game at Viejas Arena against UNLV. 10 Eastern, right here on CBS Sports Network. Leading scores in the Mountain West. Trey Gibbs Lawhorn is worth the price of admission on most nights.
He is an explosive scorer, has gone for 30+ on multiple occasions. Kobe Garland for San Jose State, a really creative lefty as well.
All right, let's see that last sequence. It was a challenge by Boise State that it did not go off of their player, and it goes off of Newman's leg. But the rest of the story is if we follow the bouncing ball somehow.
Yeah, it looks like it's off Newman. So the old hide the ball trick from Leon Rice looks like it's going to pay off.
Yeah, that's just the start of the sequence. Leon Rice then picked the basketball up, and you know he didn't overtly keep it from the official, but he kind of turned, said, "Hey," and he knew that his assistants were looking on the tablet. They had enough time to see what they wanted to see, and then he challenged. (55-37), Boise State on top. Meadow, Fielder, Andrews, Buchanan, and Keene for the Broncos off the timeout. Bird still out there for the Aztecs. Newman trying to chase Fielder off the line, and he doesn't do it. Fielder bombs another three in. It's 58-37. 11 threes for the Broncos, and a mammoth lead here with 12:20 left. Newman a runner, way short. If Boise State looks like this when they get to Vegas, they got a shot.
They do. They've got good size. They've got perimeter shooting. Granted, tonight they've been more consistent in that regard than they have at other points of the year. But their defense has typically been towards the top of the Mountain West.
Whoa, hold on there. Fielder grabs Guaf, wrapped him up, and carried him into the bench. This is going to be a review. I don't think there was a foul called, at least initially. Aztecs are headed to their bench. Let's take a look. Well, the officials will take a look.
Gotta be a flagrant one.
Our game summary is brought to you by AT&T. Good three-point shooting, great rebounding. All of that favors Boise State in a huge 58-37 lead. In the balance here, that scrap by the Boise State bench with Drew Fielder and Magoon Guaf. The officials have been watching the replay monitor, trying to determine. I don't believe there was a foul called initially. It was just ball out of bounds. We'll take a few more looks at it. They're battling for the ball. The fact that Fielder has his arm around Guaf, probably not a great thing for Boise State, though Guaf certainly was battling Fielder too on their way towards the bench. What do you got there, a play on or?
I think it should be a play on. We'll get a chance to hear what the officials feel.
After the play was over, we have a double contact technical foul on 0 black and on 20 white. It was San Diego State's ball. It will remain their ball out of bounds.
So that's a double technical. Fans don't like it, but I think that's somewhat of a break for Boise State.
I would agree with you. I thought that Fielder may have gotten a technical foul in that situation. I think that's a great piece of officiating by the officials, and because there's 2 technical fouls, they offset each other. No free throws, San Diego State ball.
It's still first down.
The blue turf just across the parking lot.
Oh, that's such a great venue. Every time I show up, they're building something new and big and great up there. They're certainly doing that right now. San Diego State's got their work cut out. 12 minutes left in this ball game, and they're down a bunch, 58-37. Miles Bird slowed a bit with a sore knee. DeGorville pumps a 3 and missed it, but he's fouled by Keene. I think he's going to get 3 free throws. He will. This is not impossible for San Diego State. They were down 17 in the first half, came roaring back, but they have been unable to answer that initial Boise State run to start this half.
The reason you think that they still have life is because the way they defend and the way they can force turnovers. An opportunity to score at the free throw line also allows them to set up that full court press, maybe sneak a trap in, forcing a turnover against Boise State.
And it looked like he got him right on the forearm.
No player's going to admit to that, though. R.J. Keene tried to plead his case. Wasn't going to happen.
The other thing that makes you feel like this is not impossible is some of the wild swings in Boise State games this year, right? And in both directions. You know, Boise State was down 24, came back and forced the overtimes, lost eventually. UNLV was down 24 and came back and beat Boise State. Boise State blew a 20-point lead against Nevada, but still won that game. So they've built some leads and they've lost some leads. And they lost the ball there.
That's where, though, if you're Boise State, you don't get into slow down mode just yet. You have gotten this lead by being aggressive, by being confident, decisive with your actions. Dylan Andrews as your point guard, you've got to be composed, get him into offense.
Dixon Waters a straight on 3. Parolin has the rebound. Dominic Parolin, a graduate out of Canada, British Columbia. Bird out top, picks up the foul. It's his second. And it's 1-1. Broncos a very good free throw shooting team, 78%.
Most coaches in the country would be upset with this foul, but Brian Dutcher knows, because of Miles Bird's instincts, how many times he's been able to make plays like that, get a deflection, get a steal in that kind of situation. He'll live with occasional mistakes like that.
Andrews 1-1. Bird almost lost it. Good save. See if the Aztecs can cash this in. Carrington off a screen, has a lane, drops it for Heidi, who's fouled, and he scores.
That's where if Heidi catches that ball on the roll like that, you either let him finish or you foul the heck out of him. He's a 50% free throw shooter on the year, which is an improvement from a season ago where he was right around 38%. You can't give up three-point opportunities now, especially again if he makes it or it's a controlled kind of scramble for the rebound. San Diego State can set that press back up.
And he makes the free throw, so a three-point play, and the lead's at 16. Ton of time left here in Boise. In full court, San Diego State pressure. And this isn't the pressure that just slow you down. This is the one trying to take the ball away, and Boise State's going to have to use a timeout. They had 2 seconds left to get it across. Signs of life from the Aztec. Still 58-42 Broncos. 58-42. Boise State on top. A 21-point lead has been cut down. And a lot of the momentum that the Broncos had has seemingly stalled a bit. Broncos have to inbound this in backcourt. Andrews to Buchanan. Meadow almost lost it.
May have got away with a travel too on that catch.
Well, there's not a lot of shot clock left.
No.
Andrews falling away. Got it. That's a big shot by Dylan Andrews.
Huge shot there from Dylan Andrews. Just when momentum was all starting to swing Aztec way.
Dixon Waters, that's where he's at his best. On the move, he can create his own shot. That's a feathery 18-footer as Simmons is down.
Question is because it looked like he got hit above the shoulders, are the officials going to take a look to see if it may be a flagrant one?
Well, we will.
It's kind of the way college basketball has gone, both with the challenges that we saw a minute ago with Leon Rice, but as well as anything kind of questionable above the shoulders. Officials consistently go to the monitor.
All right, that's Simmons. No,
that's just a.
I think he hit his head on one of our camera folk.
It shouldn't be anything extracurricular. I mean, that was a little bit of a late block out from Andrew Meadow, but nothing warranting a foul.
So you don't think the push rises to the level of a flagrant one?
No.
As Gene Steratore would say.
I would be shocked if it was.
The Aztecs are still smarting on a review that didn't go their way at the end of the game in New Mexico that looked like it was off the New Mexico player pretty clearly and was not overturned. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know that that's flagrant. It could be a foul, but they can't call the foul now.
They can't call the foul now, but if you were going to call that as a foul during the action or upgrade that to an F1, that could almost be called on literally every possession with these two teams as physical as they are on the defensive end of the floor and the glass.
The call on the court has been upgraded to an F1 foul on 13. It'll San Diego State. Player will shoot 2 shots and it'll be San Diego State ball underneath.
I will say this, Dan. I'll bet you that does not get upgraded if we didn't have the fielder Guath tussle at the Bronco bench. I think this is the officials trying to get a hold of this and get in front of this, get it under control.
I think you're exactly right. That is a great point you make there, Rich, because traditionally these two teams are the most physical teams in this league, and after that little kind of scuffle, skirmish right by the bench, you don't want it to explode into something more.
Let's check in with Jordan Giorgio. Jordan?
Yeah, guys, of course, Coach Rice, as you see right on your screen, visibly upset after that call, calling that play a legal blockout.
Yes, well, he's good. Not a surprise, but yeah, you're right, Jordan. It's getting a little heated from both head coaches and both benches. Physical there. That's a foul. And a bucket. Oh, wow. This is like the Pistons against the Bulls all of a sudden back in the day.
Reese Dixon Water, tremendous job backing down to get into his spot. Keene gets within his cylinder. The strength to finish that. Impressive.
And the lead is down to 11. That's still half of this second half is left. And the Aztecs are coming back again, and still trouble getting it across against the press for Boise State. Buchanan in the air. Meadow has to run it down, and a foul on a reach. And don't be as surprised if it tightens up with whistles on the inside. 1-and-1 coming for Boise State.
Team foul 9.
9th team foul. And here is Fielder. Broncos have had free throw issues in the second half, missing a couple front ends of 1-and-1s. Fielder hits the first one here. UNLV and Utah State is coming up. That game is in Las Vegas. Certainly it has first place tournament seeding implications. Fielder hits them both. Lead back to 13. Miles Bird has been out for a while. He's been in and out since missing a dunk and aggravating a knee injury. Keene, who fouls again, and that's his 4th. And he's a valuable guy. I know he doesn't score a lot. He's got 5 points in this game, but he's got 4 assists, 7 rebounds, and he's Leon Rice's glue guy.
Seemingly makes the little plays throughout the game, whether it's an extra swing pass to an open shooter, cuts at an opportune time to open space, gets a big rebound. Not the kind of foul you would expect from him in that situation.
Broncos have won 3 straight. Dixon Waters knocks home 2 more free throws. He's having a nice night here. He got 15 in the game.
Press has really created issues for Boise State.
Meadow brings it across. The rebounding advantage is still pretty amazing. 28-12. San Diego State does have an offensive rebound, but just 1 is in singular. Buchanan, good job by Simmons to stay in front. Off the double, and a whistle, and a bucket.
I thought that was great defense from Simmons there. Cut the drive off on a couple of different occasions. A little too much body, though, as Buchanan corralled it out the spin move. Big time finish there, though, to create some space on that fadeaway.
Second on Simmons. Again, this is a signal. It's going to be tight the rest of the way.
And that's where you as players, you have to adjust. You've got to understand, ever since that almost altercation with Fielder and Glock, it has been called much tighter.
Harrington gets in and scores. LZ Harrington, talented freshman out of Long Beach. And the backcourt press still on. .12 Bronco lead. It's so quiet in here right now.
It really is.
It's hard to believe there's 12,000 people in this place.
Up against the shot clock again for Boise State.
Step back 3, Buchanan. Fielder has the offensive rebound and is fouled by Heidi. This is a great rebounding team. The Broncos almost +7 per game on the season. And they're +17 right now.
Well, Fielder does his work early. He gets to the inside position when he senses a shot's about to go up. Heidi doesn't have much choice but to wrap him up.
He's making a nice living at the free throw line right now.
And this Boise State team, you know, at times they struggle offensively, but one of the areas they're really good is getting themselves to the free throw line. 18 made free throws per game on the season. and they shoot it at a great clip too, just under 80%.
Lead stretch back to 14. Dixon Waters has a three, and cuts it down to 11. Just under 8 minutes left. Timeout in Boise. Broncos lead is melted down to 11. Do the Aztecs have enough to complete this run? 67-56, you're watching March to March, presented by Principal. Time now for the big drive of the game, brought to you by Subaru.
Javen Buchanan, 17 points on the night. Impressive finish there. Show the ball, pivot, spin back around, touch off the glass.
This has been a game of just crazy swings and runs. Buchanan, 17 points. He's hit a couple threes. And Buchanan, who had the 29-point game against the Aztecs down in San Diego. Let's check in with Jordan Giorgio.
Yeah, Rich, Aztec head coach Brian Dutcher has ended every huddle tonight with the same message he's preached all season: do your job. He told me at shoot-arounds, getting back to the fundamentals is the formula that's carried this team all year, and that's the message echoing from this sideline again tonight.
And Jordan, they're doing it without Miles Bird right now. Bird has been in and out of this game. When he missed the dunk in the first half, irritated, aggravated, choose the word. His knee, he's tried to go, been in and out a couple times since, but for a long time now, he's just been on the bench. He no longer has that stim machine on that right knee.
Good adjustment there from Boise State, breaking that press, get it in Fielder's hands, who's as a big as a good decision maker.
Dixon Waters with an answer. Back to 11. Nato doubled. A little bit better against the press for the Broncos now that they've seen it a while.
And you got two ball handlers in now, Andrews and Neto.
Fielder in this game now with 23 points to lead Boise State, and he's done it inside and out and at the free throw line. That's falling away, and that's another offensive rebound. Harrington up to get the ball. He'll take a transition three, and he hits it. And so now it's single digits, 69-60, 6.5 left.
5-point swing there. Meadow can't finish the layup underneath, but Harrington hits the pull-up three in transition.
Fielder has a speed advantage, and Heidi on a reach fouls him. That's three on Heidi.
Number 40, Miles Heidi, is third.
That's just a difficult cover for Heidi. Drew Fielder catches it in press break situation, is able to attack with a full head of steam.
And it looks like Miles Bird is coming into the game. We haven't seen a lot of Magoon Gwath in the second half either. The Fielder hits a free throw. Here comes Bird.
Number 21, Miles Bird.
If you're San Diego State now in this position, you've got to understand and realize you're not going to get it all back in 1 or 2 possessions. You're only down 10, 6.5 minutes left. You got plenty of time. Don't have to settle for threes just yet, but get into your offense, pass down good shots for great ones.
Replacing Fielder.
Fielder, who heads to the bench, having quite a night. 25 points, 10 of those coming at the free throw line. He's 10 of 11. Back to an 11-point lead. Harrington against Neto.
Out of bounds.
Stays with the Aztecs.
Aztecs ball.
It was Boise State that erased a 24-point lead in early January to get to those 3 overtimes, even though San Diego State won the game. Good save, still plenty of clock left. DeGorville gets in deep. He loses the ball. Boy, an awful possession for the Aztecs. Boise State, a 21-point lead, was their biggest here in the second half. And the Aztecs are the ones this time trying to erase that. Ball on the floor, still loose. Andrews picks it up. Against Bird. Rising, scoring, and Bird gets called for the foul. Let's see if he got him.
Boise State, not a good possession there at all. Andrews throws the pass to Meadows on a curl from behind. Luckily, it pops back out where Andrews can corral it. Is able to attack with the shot clock winding down. Draws that foul.
Shooting 2.
Free throw is up and good.
For the Aztecs, number 10, B.J. Davis back in.
Here comes Davis.
He's been relatively quiet tonight. Big time scorer off the bench. 6 points in that first half. Hasn't done much here in the second, but he's a guy that really puts a lot of pressure on your defense. You got to keep him in front, but he can also pull up in transition from 3.
And he's playing with 4 fouls, is B.J. Davis. 5.5 left. Well, Dixon Waters has been the guy. Back door, nicely done. Harrington slips right through. Back to 11. Andrews trying to get loose, does. Whips it. Meadow, 3. No. Dixon Waters has the rebound. San Diego State can draw within single digits again. Simmons very poised for a freshman. Boise State so good defensively. Davis. Simmons somehow caught it, spun, and scores.
Somehow caught it is right. He had to Inspector Gadget arms behind him just to get a finger on it. He was able to corral it.
And a turnover. Davis. Harrington. Dixon Waters missed the 3. Opportunity for the Aztecs. Boy, that would have cut it down even closer. Parolin lost it. And a foul on San Diego State. Well, hold on.
Fouls on Boise State, number 9.
It's Parolin's foul. Popular call. Wow. In Boise proper. Let's take a look. Parolin was tangled up with a couple of Aztecs.
1-1 for Miles Bird.
Yeah. I think the crowd is upset, but they are because it was whistled so late. It was a foul on Parolin.
Fielder back in for the Broncos.
Parolin out, Fielder back in.
For Parolin.
Again, 21-point second half lead for Boise State. And it's not happening quickly, but slowly the Aztecs have melted it. And with that free throw now, down to 7. Full court pressure still. Aztecs so good at getting a hand on passes. Nato breaks the press. 4 minutes left. Crucial game for the Aztecs. It's a quad 1 opportunity. They're a bubble team. Broncos have won 3 straight. They're 59 in the net. Their at-large hopes are pretty darn slim. They're pretty much going to have to win the whole thing in Vegas. But man, they've got momentum, and they've got a lead with 3:51 left in the Mountain West tonight. 73-66, 3:51. Scoring run for the Aztecs. It's been slow, but fairly steady.
Well, their defense has led to some easier opportunities. They've made 9 of their last 10 field goal attempts. Made this a 7-point game. Boise State, though, has not handled the pressure very well themselves.
Foul trouble has mounted for San Diego State. BJ Davis has 4, Miles Bird has 3. Bird's been slowed with a sore knee, but he's playing through it. Lagoon Guac really hasn't played much at all in the second half. Fielder's been great from the line and just missed that one. And he makes that one. He's been the leading scorer for Boise State. The transfer from Georgetown. He's got 26 points, 11 of 13 for the line. Lead is 8. Simmons, he's played really well. The freshman. Back cut, Harrington. Nice feed, Simmons. Got Fielder up. And that's a foul and free throws.
On the offensive end of the floor, though, San Diego State has played with a lot more pace, getting into their cuts, setting up their movements. It all traces back to Coach Dutcher has told us for a number of years, ever since we've covered them, everything they do on the offensive end starts with energy and effort on the defensive end of the floor, and that has been completely true here the last 12 minutes or so to get them right back in this game.
Simmons cuts it to 7, 3.5 left. Not a great free throw shooter, but tonight he is. Missed. Fielder almost knocked that one out of bounds. Keene's back in. He's got 4 fouls. Meadows going hard, missed it. Ball's tipped. And an offensive rebound for the Broncos. They have won the war on the boards tonight massively. 33-14, the rebounding advantage. Andrews, a 3. Got it!
Big time shot there from Dylan Andrews, but the extra possession on the offensive glass allows the opportunity.
Crowd into it now. Harrington off the screen, shoots the 3, rims out. Offensive rebound, Simmons. Put back. Fielder has the rebound. Fouled by Simmons. Now they're roaring, as they should. The lead is 10, 2:40 left.
Well, they needed a couple stops, did Boise State, coming out of that timeout. Back-to-back defensive stands. That time Fielder comes up with the big rebound, gets fouled by Simmons. His 3rd. Fielder will be at the line where he's been really good tonight.
This has been a really small lineup in for San Diego State during this run. No DeGorville, no Compton, no Guath. Simmons 6'6", 230 is their biggest guy out there. Two more free throws for Fielder. Andrews doing a nice job denying Dixon Waters. Bird doubled. Davis driving. Simmons. Oh, yeah! He lost the ball, looked up, saw a lane, and he flushes with a foul.
What a sequence in turn of events for San Diego State. Almost a turnover, and then, yes, he almost lost it. I think that might be on Andrews, if that is that his 5th? R.J. Keene, his 5th foul.
Wait a minute. Keene's not going anywhere. Nato is back. Simmons can cut it back down to 9. One thing Boise State has to be aware of, and I'm sure they are because of the triple overtime game. Remember how B.J. Davis hit 2 threes in about 7 seconds at the end of that first overtime. Davis has had a really quiet night tonight, though. Hasn't taken a 3. Meadow doubled. Now Andrews in a bit of trouble. Buchanan, he's doubled. Nato going to the bucket hard, and he missed the shot. Rebound, Fielder!
He has been everywhere tonight. Drew Fielder, a performance for the ages on senior night.
Dixon Waters, his 4th foul. Fielder, his 30th points. And he's got 1 free throw here to get to 31. 8 rebounds.
After San Diego State, you might want to start really focusing in on trying to get a 3-point shot opportunity. I would look for Davis or Dixon Waters.
This is Dixon Waters. Mid-range, missed it. Fielder, 9 rebounds. We go with 31 points. And it's keep away right now, 1.5 minutes left. Boise State looking for win number 4 in a row. And a foul. With 5 on the shot clock.
Foul, San Diego State, number 8, Tay Simmons. That is 4th personal.
Well, the Aztecs are certainly banged up. Bird with a sore knee. We don't have any report on Guath, but he's been out for most of this second half.
He scored the first 2 baskets in the second half for the Aztecs and seemingly hasn't played since.
Andrews hits a free throw. So the Broncos, they can finish this last minute and 15 seconds and get to 19 and 11. And free throw up and good. Grand Canyon is 1, Nevada's down tonight. Harrington with a 3. Still 11 away. And only 10, or 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Broncos would improve to 11 and 8 in conference with this win. Still not good enough to get them past that first day. They're going to have to play on the first day to try to get to the quarterfinals. For those of you looking for Utah State UNLV, you're in the right spot, and you'll be able to find it before this one is over. Streaming free on the CBS Sports app at the cbssports.com/CBSSN. As soon as it tips off, and of course, we'll get you out there immediately after the conclusion of this one. San Diego State fell down by 17 to start this game, and then had a big run of their own, a 12-0 run. Tightened it up, but another Boise State run to start the second half, and the Aztecs just haven't been able to get over the hump and recover fully from that.
That press really slowed down Boise State. As soon as they brought the 2 point guards, Nato in and Andrews together, they were much better at controlling that pressure.
Andrews playing keep away.
1 minute remaining of the game, 1 minute.
Minute left. Fielder fouled Simmons. Got a hand on it. Fielder's going to the line, and Simmons is going to the bench. He's fouled out.
Simmons, that's 5 on Simmons.
Miles Heide comes back in.
Drew Fielder to the line with 2.
Fielder adds to his huge night. He's got 32.
I think the difference in this game down the stretch was when Fielder started coming back to the ball in press break, he was able to make a number of plays that led to baskets or fouls.
Harrington rims out. Heide fouled on the rebound. And so what's left for these teams is one more game in the regular season. San Diego State on Friday plays UNLV on CBS Sports Network. Speaking of UNLV on CBS Sports Network, they're coming up against Utah State. Streaming right now on the CBS Sports app or cbssports.com/CBSSN. We'll get you out there as soon as this one is over. It feels like it kind of is. A career high for Drew Fielder tonight, 33.
Credit San Diego State, though. They showed a lot of toughness and mettle to climb back in it, make it interesting. But Boise State kept their composure when they needed to.
It's a double dribble.
That's a double dribble.
Rarely called.
Spoken too soon about keeping your composure.
So San Diego State plays UNLV Friday night at Viejas in San Diego. Boise State has to go to Fort Collins to play Colorado State. Colorado State has a 5-game win streak. They're at New Mexico tomorrow night. That'll be an interesting game because the Rams have been really good of late.
Nothing is easy in this Mountain West Conference.
Fielder kicks it back out. Shot clock's at 8. And Andrew's just going to hold it. So 10 seconds left. This game's over. Boise State survives the push by San Diego State, 86-74. Dixon Waters hits about a 40-footer.
Reese Dixon Waters.
And for the Broncos, their sellout crowd on senior night, certainly a happy ending here. 86-77, 9-point win for Leon Rice. They're 11-8 in conference. And for the Aztecs, they lose that quad one opportunity. 86-77 the final. For Dan Dickow, Jordan Giorgio, I'm Rich Waltz. Good night for Boise, Idaho. Jordan Kent, Mike O'Donnell, Utah State, and UNLV. On to Vegas.